You know when you have a drinking problem. By the way, it's a serious topic, but this is a comedy channel. Don't take my word for it. Go and check out all my other videos. But comedy can be about serious things if it wants to be. I mean everything I say, almost all of it. And I mean it to be funny. In my life, drinking is a serious problem. And the whole point of this video is there should be different approaches to serious problems. So what is the problem? Here are conditions which, if you meet any one of them, probably make you a problem drinker. Are you British? I'm joking. Of course you are. If you're British and you buy cheap supermarket bargain booze in the supermarket to drink by yourself, while you're still in the supermarket. If you cannot take one day off going to the supermarket. If you're British and you are not very surprised each time you fall down the stairs. If you still function but nothing you do really works except drinking. If you constantly fail one of your own targets or how many supermarket loyalty points you score in a week. If every time you go to McDonald's you order a menu with a large beer for your child while you yourself sit wine in the car. If your drinking is destroying your sleep so much so that at an early morning meeting with your boss you find it takes 6 coffees from the machine to give you enough plastic cups for the super strength cider you require to get through the meeting without having a panic attack and assaulting your boss. Or maybe you're British and after the kids have gone to bed each night, you find it's time for the sofa, the Netflix, not blaming Netflix by the way, the corkscrew, the wine bottles, 6 of them actually, to yourself, and that's before your partner turns up and joins you with the crate of whiskey bottles. You know, or you find yourself describing outrageous alcoholic binging habits with great relish as if they were normal and fun and then saying, you know. You just know when you're not only British, but you're an alcoholic or a problem drinker. The problem is we're all such dishonest, manipulative types who are so good at lying to ourselves before we even lie to anyone else. And you know, these problem drinkers come from all over the world, not just Britain. We have a problem. Houston. But there are different kinds of problem drinkers. We have A, the all-out shipwrecked alcoholics who drift up on the shores of some prison or hospital somewhere. A, the people who know that they drink far too much for their health, but for now continue to do so anyway. And A, people who drink far too much for their health, but are too stupid to realize or don't want to admit it. Yes, I said AAA, not ABC, because unlike the variety which even the English alphabet has on offer, this problem people develop with drink is still most of the time framed as having only one solution, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, which just also happens to be a religion. And believe you me, oh yes, AA is a religion. 4 out of the 12 steps mentioned God, and I found the chanting at the end of the meeting I went to weird and off-putting. I have nothing against religion, I'm just not myself religious. So I felt I belonged about as well as I would at a Church of England vicar's wives bake-off. And the only higher power I answer to is my 5-year-old daughter. She moves in mysterious ways. Religion does a lot of good in the world, by the way, I know. I'm not joking, and maybe angry people should try and get to know the teachings of the Buddha better. Maybe morbidly obese people should go on really long, hardcore pilgrimages on foot, and maybe really evil people should burn in hell, although we all know that they never actually do. Religion does a lot of good, and all the times that AA has actually helped someone, then that's wonderful. I'm just saying, don't put it as the only option on the menu to distract us from the wine. This narrowing of views is harmful. If you're one of the few heavy drinkers who stands up and says, I have a problem, I want to tackle this, before your doctor tells you need a liver transplant. Then if you don't agree that you have to go to AA to buy back your soul, you're told by all the people around you that you're in denial. No, I'm not. I just said I have a problem. If I was really letting the comedy go here at the expense of the serious, I'd say just don't admit to anyone you have a drinking problem. But that wouldn't be funny, even though what is funny, peculiar, not funny, haha, is that exactly what the vast majority of problem drinkers do is they hide from the problem because they can't see a way out. It's AA or the highway, or if you're in the richest 10%, is residential rehab, which is expensive, glorified AA. It's basically a drinker's Guantanamo Bay with much more friendly guards and really nice views out of the windows, with windows. And when we're trying to help a friend or partner or loved one with a drinking problem, don't pay attention to what excruciating low periods and experiences in their lives might have got them drinking so much in the first place. No, don't let them escape their responsibilities. They must have brought on this destructive habit just for fun. So don't encourage them to change their life or job or partner, because it obviously isn't true that not wanting to die anymore can go a long way to rediscovering something called moderation with evil vices like alcohol. And no, the drinking is not the only cause of being fucking miserable in life. In many cases, the fucking miserable life comes first and the drinking follows on as the only easily accessible way to cope with the life. Also, let's make our only option one that models all drinking problems in the same way as a disease that can never be cured. Even if you stop drinking, you'll always be an alcoholic. Do we say that about people with cancer or other diseases, that you can never recover, and even if you appear to, you still have the disease for life? Do we teach chocolate addicts they can never touch a drop, or square, or bar, or cake, or ice cream ever again in their whole lives? Because it couldn't possibly be that a human being might learn new habits over time with time and effort, could it? No, we had better call them sick for life, and let's decide that in all cases, Total abstinence forever, starting right now, is the only legitimate ambition you can set, or else you continue to fail. You know what people do when the drinks bar is set too high for them, and they're used to failing it anyway? What they do is they keep failing in the same old normal way. It's easier to carry on failing normally than in some new, majestic way. And after all, you're a failure even at failing. You fail in some special new way? No, nothing changes. You fail in the same old way. So much easier than taking on the impossible looming black cloud of total abstinence for life starting now. If you know that you drink too much, whatever you do, do not start pushing back your drinking times and keeping your daytimes purposely full of new and interesting distractions. Do not set goals of moderation, reduction, or start learning how to have days off first. Then when you start getting more used to that, you have longer abstinence to let you live a rest, trying to change your habits from the inside out. That could never work for anyone. You don't have willpower that can be built up in stages. You're a human being. You're alcoholic scum. If you can't see that, you're in denial, which is even worse than being in withdrawal. You're sick for life. You're not an individual. You're exactly as bad as all the rest of them. Y'all need to get to know Jesus, y'all. He'll teach you the way, the only way. I have wasted so many years listening to people who told me to go and see the priest when I knew that wasn't right. So they told me I was in denial, so I believed them, so I carried on avoiding the priest and failing normally, the way I know best, hiding my dirty soul, a lost cause dumped in this bucket of lost causes, who are made to feel that because they don't want to invite a supernatural power into their lives, they're weak and stupid in denial. Since I went and saw the priest and then rejected the competing deities of alcohol and AA, I actually started learning and researching something about this for the first time and finding I'm not the only one. The first time ever I've actually learnt more in a matter of weeks than I ever understood before, and I've started failing so much less. When AA works for someone, that is truly great, but it's not the A to Z of drink for drinkers. So stop pretending that it is. I hope that's serious and sad and comic enough for everyone watching. Hope I didn't hurt anyone's feelings or offend or disappoint or piss anyone off with my comic denial. Ed Halliwell is going to the pub now.